All right. We're back again with another topic, y'all. It's our tax time, man. Tax time. We gotta file the taxes and see if you owe or you're gonna pay back or you're gonna get
some money.
You're gonna get $300 back.
That's the hope. If we get some 3,000, 10,000 back. But ultimately, that's just the game. Is being rewarded for your work in some type of sense, or if you made too much money, then you owe the IRS, and that's just what's really ironic about the whole thing is if you don't understand that we owe somebody, then you should ask yourself, well, who do we owe?
I swear.
And I, for one, just know that if I were to go out right now and to sell something for $100, I don't feel like I owe anybody else a piece of the $100. So then I feel like the same way is if I go work for so-and-so and I know that my labor is benefiting them, they're receiving my labor as help for their company and they're paying me a wage to work for that company. I feel like all that money that I work for should go to me and I should be able to do with it as I please. But in that same concept, that's a no-no.
Well, you got to pay Uncle Sam his.
Yeah. So every check you get is a Social Security deduction, and whatever other tax, healthcare, with all this other stuff. But it's like ultimately that's just an excuse to why we have to pay.
You're right. And it's the simple way to put this is, hey man, you making too much money. Give me some of it.
Yep.
Oh, you single? You're not married? That means you making all that money. You don't have nothing. Man, give me a lot of it, right? And then if you have children too, and people thinking because you're getting tax credit on a child that is, I'm getting $2,000 per kid, bro. Like we said, you know how much you paid on that kid per year, just on that kid on taxes alone.
Not even on taxes, but in expenses alone.
In expenses.
Because let's say you are a single parent and you have to put your child in daycare, or you're a working family that puts your child in daycare, that's an expense. Then you have to get that child to daycare, that's an expense. Then you have to feed that child, pack their lunch, whatever. You get school lunch, that's a blessing. But at the end of the day, I personally don't trust what they're feeding my child if I don't know what it is. And me personally, I like to know what my child is digesting. But I, for one, don't believe that it's ultimately there's no benefit in the game. Ultimately, you can look at it as a slight payment of your work, right, for having a child, but ultimately at the end of the day, you still had to manage everything on your own. You still had to do everything by yourself, yet there's still other hands involved with your life. And that's just the big topic that nobody wants to speak about. Is
it's not like childcare is free. If childcare was free, and then not childcare, like our daycare, child expenses, it's not really free. But you're still paying so much,
Or if you go to the grocery store and buy something for a child, it should be free, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
That'd be childcare. Initially, it's like, if I have a child and I go to a restaurant, the child would eat free. That's some places and most places, but not always the best places.
I think you're right. I think that part should be free. Once someone has a child, you have a card or something from that, you should just, any child expenses should be free. But that's the opposite. Child's items are expensive, like the milks. That's why they put them in a lock, man. You gotta get the manager. You gotta get the manager. Hey man, let me get a sitter lock, man. $29.99. Like, God,
and even then, anything natural is gonna be good for the child anyway. So I just think that it's all it's a monopoly.
So just control.
It's monopoly.
Just really control too, because they need to see what people are making. If they know what you're making, they know what you're capable of doing.
Yeah.
You're capable.
But then it's like they judge a number based off of the performance. So if I were to make $100,000 in a year, do you think I just automatically have $100,000 at the end of the year?
Man.
That just means that throughout the year, from zero, I could have accumulated the 1, the 10s, the 20s, the 30s, all the way up to 100,000 that I have made all throughout the year. But then you're gonna say that all of a sudden at that time, at the end of the year, by the 15th, if I didn't pay enough in taxes, then I need to come up with some more money that I have yet to make yet.
That's crazy.
So it's like they want you to be able to save that money. So it's like, okay, I get that money, so let's save it. So we save that money. Then what happens if we need money to live, to eat, to
car expenses,
gas? You know, your car breakdown. What is that? And it's like that's always like an exaggeration of like what could occur. Right. But then it's like it's possible.
It does. It does occur all the time.
Let's say you get the top-notch quality car. Does everybody have $50,000 to put on that car? No. So most likely you got to finance the car. So then you owe somebody. There's a whole lot of other dynamics that don't allow you to succeed.
And you have an older car that you're not financing. Likelihood that car is going to break down within a month or a couple of times. You're fixing the alternate, or things are going wrong on that old car.
Even if you save up enough money for a cash car, you're still gonna might have issues with that car.
Man.
You know, so it's like you're spending money on that. Then you're spending money on the potential problems that the car may have that somebody else didn't want to take care of. It's just ultimately
it's insane. Either way you go, it's never like okay, you go with old cars, but cash car, okay, that's a resolution. You go with brand new cars, that's a resolution. Either way you go, paying a car note and the insurance, it's no joke.
It's not worth it. Because the way you look at it is, if you have to pay to drive your car, then I personally wouldn't drive it. I personally wouldn't drive my car. If I had to pay to get on the road, pay to basically just be a part of daily life and get from one point to one point, I shouldn't have to pay anybody.
Bro.
And that's just the irony of, if you want to do what you want to do, get a job, okay, you got to get to that job. You got to have a car. If you don't have money to get the car, well, you got to work for that car first, and you got to. It's just so many different variables that just gonna keep that wheel spinning.
Keep spinning for you not to get out of it.
Keep that wheel spinning. And then if you jump out of it, then it's like, how too far behind now have you gotten? From now, if you then stop what you're doing, those bills don't stop.
Oh man,
they just pile up, and there is no excuse that they're willing to take that won't allow you to pay them. And it doesn't matter, you know, your warehouse could have burnt down yesterday, and that bill is still gonna hit your mailbox.
Bro, it doesn't matter.
And that invoice is still gonna hit your email, and that's just what life is. Nobody cares.
No, they don't really care. But at some point, you should kind of not even let the bills stress you too, because, well, like you said, they're gonna keep coming, and that's really the only. But to be honest with you, that bills is what really just keeps a lot of people. Just fear of not paying the bill, or fear of getting kicked out, fear of losing their vehicle is really what keeps a lot of people just continue, scared of that. You know, the U.S. as a country is in debt, like, you know, it's in debt. So debt.
It's so much in debt to the point to where you shouldn't owe anybody. You
shouldn't really have to owe anybody
because at this point, like, imagine you work for a business that runs so poorly that they didn't have enough to pay you. Would you still work for it?
No,
I don't think so either. So that's just the real eye-opening question is, if my company right now would have been like, you know, we really need y'all to continue working for us, but we can't afford to pay y'all because we owe somebody else money.
No, that's a no-go. They definitely gotta pay. Yeah, but man, that's it, man. Just gotta figure something out yourself.
Yeah, you gotta do for yourself.
You know,
motivation is key.
Yeah.
When you're getting that energy up in the morning to go to work, that should be the same energy that you're putting into yourself. Like, you're fueling the system, but what are you putting into yourself? There's so many different things that we can do for ourselves that will allow us to do certain things, and we just need to go back to the moral way of exchange, which is doing things for service and not for doing things for money.
Not for money. Yeah, that's gonna take a while, because people like I was saying, some people get paid so well that they didn't want to hear that, right?
No. Because the concept of money lives so firm in their brain that it's their reality. If I don't have money, my reality will be an alternative. but that alternative should not be so. If you are able to maintain, then you should be able to secure these things and have ownership of these things. But there seems to be the hardest thing is ownership. Hardest thing is owning a vehicle, unless you have the capital and cash to do it. Some people aren't lucky. Like I was able to make enough to buy this car cash, but then at the end of the day, that still came with other expenses as well. That came with maintenance on the car, that came with all other type of variables that kept me paying. Until I just decided, you know what, like there's just gonna be a certain way that I'm gonna do this, and it's just gonna have to be that, you know, and it has to be your mental way of life. It can't be something that somebody tells you to do. You just have to do it yourself, because ultimately, like, you feed the game. If you keep feeding the game will keep expecting from you. Once you take the expectation from yourself, then it's not there anymore. It's there, but then ultimately, like, who can demand you to do anything? Who can tell you what to do?
Well, that part right there is that's the most powerful place someone can really get to.
Yeah.
You know, but it comes with daily, like,
it comes with belief too.
It
comes with self-belief as well. Because like I said, it's the outside voices. The inside voice needs to be louder than the outside voice. And there's going to be many voices of discouragement. There's going to be a lot of voices of doubt. There's going to be a lot of voices of what ifs. But that is the enemy that's basically keeping you in the chokehold, keeping you in the bind, keeping you in the resistance of doing for yourself. And that's just what we have to fight, is once we identify what is our purpose? What is that we want to do to make me feel fulfilled? Not filling other people's cups.
Yeah.
And I'm to the point in my life where once I fed more into myself, once I started opening up from the inner version of myself and started to meet people with like-minded thoughts, it just confirms that life exists. It's just something that's so it's like we're scared to be the voice. We're scared to do, because it's like we're so in fear of the what if.
Yeah.
What will people say? What will people, you know what I mean? How will people look at me if I'm not doing what they're doing as well? But now the same people look at it from the other way. It's like, wow, what if I start doing it the way they do? What if I see things the way that they see it as well? Now I start to realize that, dang, like, it's really putting pressure on me. Where is the pressure being lifted off of me?
Yeah. Through
my daily life. Why does it feel like life has gotten harder? It hasn't got any easier. Well, there's a reason why.
There's a reason why.
There's a reason why.
Yeah.
And once you identify the reasons why, removing those things slowly, consciously, strategically, and not ignorantly.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is removing yourself without ignorance. It's removing yourself with, you know what I mean? I know what's required of me, so that I'm going to do what's required of me, because that's what I'm going to do. Right. I'm going to govern myself in accordance to where I know that I won't cause harm to myself. I won't cause harm to anybody else, because my reaction, the way that I move and my reactions to society are blended with being at peace, being fulfilled, trying to support and sometimes serve others as well, because there's ways that we can serve others. If your car breaks down, there is somebody that can pull up on the side of the road and help you out and fix. It's not about a fee, it's about the time. We are all thinking about, we need a wage for our time. Once you separate that, we start feeling more fulfilled.
Yes.
There's certain things that you might not be paid to do right now, but you're capable of doing.
Yeah.
But also at the same breath, somebody might have the means to pay you, but not have the capability to do something.
Yeah.
And they're willing to not only give you something that they see a value, but if you see the same value in that, then that is an equal exchange.
Equal exchange.
Same thing if I was to fix somebody's car for an apple pie. I'm pretty sure that's how things were back in the day. Until this currency situation
came in place.
You know. And that's where morally we've separated ourselves.
Oh,
we morally separate ourselves from just being human beings.
Bro, human beings to another
people. The purpose of being human beings.
I swear to God, bro. I was at where I was coming from. I seen he was begging. The dude was outside, so I spoke to him. I said, "How you doing?" You know, the first thing that came out of his mouth, "Man, you got $1?" Yeah, he was begging.
Yeah.
I said, look at him. I said, "Bro, I just asked you how you doing." Just first thing that came out of his mouth was, "Do I have $1?" Money?
Yeah.
Money?
But that'll make him better though. That'll make him better.
What, the money?
If you give him the money, that's his day. Because you ask him what his day was, and he probably heard you.
Yeah.
But the thing is, because you spoke to him, the first thing was you were giving him $1. It's the expectation of you talking to him. He's going to receive something from speaking to you, and it's so quick in his brain.
Yeah, it's so quick. But for me, I really look at people like that. And that's why he's in that situation.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why, dude. That's why you've gotten so bad, because you expecting so much. And every time he asks people, they turn around and he never got nothing. He's not getting a dime because his approach. He's not asking them, "Hey man, you mind if I wipe your window real quick for $1?
Yeah.
You mind if I clean your car? I see the thing. Let me wipe that thing off your car for 50 cents, bro." He gonna be getting $5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The thing is that people, and some people, I don't want to label, because there should be no judgment in life, but certain people will be so fixated on the outcome rather than the work to receive. And the thing is, that's the hard line between
the successful and the poor.
Yeah, because I'd rather do something with no expectation, right? But the expectation of myself is going to be above, you know. And if I'm doing something solely for my benefit, I'm going to go above and beyond regardless. And you can find yourself going above and beyond for a workplace or a job, but ultimately your value only lies in the eyes of whoever is allowing you to be in their presence. And if you see yourself as value, you're gonna receive your work.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna be at the place that you are comfortable at.
Yes, it will not be from the job.
No. So most people look at life as if, well, if I sit right here, the money will come to me. Versus that, no, if I actually go out, I'll find the money. Because then, if I move in the right direction, if I put myself in the right positions, in the right places, if I open up my mouth and my truth of who I am and what I'm capable of, whatever I'm valued at will start to come into my life. And that's the reality of the situation.
Bro, I got talking about giving out. It was an event that I went to. So I went to the event. It was an African event. So I asked him, I said, "Man, you mind if I do a comedy set real quick for them?" You know, just like, "All right, man." They give me the mic. This is recent. So I entertained them.
Yeah.
When I got through, I was like, "Oh, wow, that's it, man. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it."
Yeah.
I'm an MC for weddings anyway. By the way, anybody doing weddings, boom, boom, boom. When I got through, I got booked right on the spot for a wedding gig I'm doing on the 3rd of next month.
Yeah.
So I have to meet them tomorrow
That's exactly how it
to
happened.
finalize. So on the 3rd, I got a gig and they pay me a little bit. A little bit. I told them, I said, "I'm gonna take this money just as a resume. I didn't charge them much."
Yeah.
Bro, guess what? I got 2 more calls after that. Then I have another one, May 11th. I have another wedding, and this one they're paying way more, right?
Yeah.
So just giving out that free comedy set,
Yep.
let somebody, okay, you know, that's how, like, just
The
to connect
value.
to what you're saying. The value is like,
Value.
because
Let me ask you, your intention behind every line, your intention behind every reaction from the crowd, was it for money?
no.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
So that's
No.
why the universe works in favor of the intention behind the action.
Yes.
It's you being yourself.
Yes.
You knowing that I'm funny.
Yeah.
I can entertain people.
Bro,
I'm confident that I can entertain people.
for the fact that I can come to public spot and I don't know these people and take the mic and have the confidence that I'm gonna make him laugh. Like, you know, having that, I'm walking up there and actually getting it done, bro. That shit puts you in another.
Yeah.
It's not really a regular person. Not
Because
something a
you
regular
keep
person
going.
does. Because
Keep going. Because that's what's gonna bring you your value. Because you'll start to see it. And once you see it in other people, or no, let me say it in a different way. Once you see that other people see your value, then you know for sure that's confirmation.
Now, to connect to that, the DJ that I used to work with, just connect to what you're saying about other people can see your value. So DJ I used to work with, every time I get a gig for wedding MC, I call him. I say, "Hey man, they need a DJ." Boom, he gets the gig. I DJ with him. Then I asked myself, I said, "Damn, this nigga never got me no gig." Like, you know.
Yeah.
But through these processes, when I was I got a call from him. He got me 2 gigs. So he told me, he said, man, how much you charge? I told him. He said, man, you tripping. He said, man, these young niggas, these young motherfuckers are charging $1,400 and you charging $400. He said, nah, man. He said, tell them $1,200. He said, man, you're good. Because I work with you, you are really good. Man, they call me, I shoot the price up. I ended up settling for, I think I ended up settling for 600. I told him 1,000. You know, Africans, they say, man, nah, we give you this. I end up settling for 600. I said, I'm gonna take the 600. Just it's a resume too, because I know when I go, now I'm aware that motherfuckers are charging 1,400, and I'm aware of that now. So, like, just to connect what you said, sometimes another person have to let you know, hey man, see your value to remind you of it.
But see, then you up the price, and still it was above what you were asking for,
but it's not.
But now you see that, okay, I'll settle for it. You know, I know that I really want you, because some people will be like, oh, up the price, no, we're good. They don't see you as value. Because now it's like, now they're willing to negotiate, and I'm pretty sure that the negotiation will work in both ways.
It did work both ways. Because normally I'd take $400 or $500.
But there's no greed.
It's not greed. And I know after that I'm gonna get more. And I would tell him, I say, hey, don't tell nobody what I charge you, because I'm giving you a great deal. So it's for the resume, building up resumes. You know, and man, and at that point too, it's not even about the money. Still, it's like, okay, get what you want, but still, it's about being able to deliver. Deliver, bro. Deliver. That's the challenge. And it's like, that's the part that you have to keep reminding yourself, because sometimes you actually we call this drift from reminding yourself of who you are. It's like, damn man, I can MC a wedding. You know, that's like, man, you the MC of the wedding. That shit is a talent.
It's big, because then people are gonna remember you.
So it's like, okay, that lets you know of what you're made of. The society just kind of succumbs people to being average or working. They pay you this amount and you go home. And I'm like, oh.
But see, because our value, they look at, because we value things from a daily, hourly time perspective. Time only exists in our mind. There's only a certain amount of numbers on a clock. So then there should be unlimited things that we should be able to do. You know what I mean? We're so fixated on the numbers. We should be fixated on the action that takes time to apply to get something, to get the result. If we stop looking at a daily instant gratification, or a weekly or a 2-week instant gratification, it's then we put more effort into the work itself, into basically perfecting our craft, perfecting the way that we think, perfecting our source of purpose in a way. Then all of a sudden we find ourselves creating our own value within ourselves. It's then now we're building that foundation from the ground up, and then now people are looking back at it like, oh, I'd pay this amount for it. But let's just say you didn't even have set value on your worth. You didn't even know. But the fact of the matter that somebody was willing, then that should already get confirmed that you already have value somewhere. The only thing that you can do is refine yourself like a diamond.
That's it. That's it. So that's it, man. That's it. That's the purpose of the video today. We don't have much.
We will wrap it up.
We wrap it up at this time, man. Appreciate y'all for watching. Y'all keep following. Make sure you push the like button, follow for more content, for more videos. For y'all, man. Y'all have the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.